Welcome to footballgameplans.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Huntazaro, the playbook. I'm Tyler Mirkovich, bringing you version 2 of our 5-part series of our NFL mock drafts for the 2010 draft. Now it's Emery's turn. We're going to bring you right here 1 through 16. Check out the later video for 17 to 32. Let's start at the top where the St. Louis Rams are selecting, and if they don't move out here, I think they got to go one of the top defensive linemen in the draft.
Well, what they need drastically is a quarterback, but they're going to have to take Ndamukong Suh, the big guy in Nebraska. You can't pass up on defense. Defense helps win games, so you need the defensive line. Now you got young guy in Long. You bring in Suh. So now you have the young linebacker in Laurinaitis. Suh is going to help keep the guards off Laurinaitis. So you're building that team defensively. Spagnuolo is a defensive guy. They have to go Ndamukong Suh, although they need a quarterback.
And the Lions now building with Matt Stafford. Of course, they drafted last year. Jim Schwartz is their coach. Where are they going to go?
Well, they have to go defense or offensive line. They have to build strength on both sides of the line of scrimmage. But they go defensive line with Gerald McCoy, the big guy out of Oklahoma, 6'4", 289, a guy that's athletic, and run down the line, stop the run, as well as rush the passer. So they have to go defensive line and O-line in this draft. That's big, and they struggle defensively stopping the run.
And the Bucks retained first-year head coach Raheem Morris. They got a top 3 pick. Where do they go?
Well, they would like to have had one of those 2 D tackles, but unfortunately the top 2 teams picked those guys up. They're going to go with the next best defensive player, which is Eric Berry, safety out of Tennessee, a guy that is a ball hawk and can help in run support. They struggled last year in the back half of that defense, cornerback and safety-wise, so they have to take the safety out of Tennessee.
This is the first time that a defensive back has a chance to go this high, and Eric Berry sure does fit that bill because he is the real deal. Washington Redskins, new era with Shanahan. Where are they going to go? As their defense was strong, are they going to reinvent that offense?
Everyone else outside of the Redskin community wants them to go quarterback with Clausen or Bradford, but everyone within the Redskins community, as well as me, they understand they need to tackle. They couldn't block to save their life. Run blocking suffered last year. Quarterback play was suffered because of the pass protection. They need to go tackle. They go with the best tackle in the draft. Russell Okon got of Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that offensive line got old fast, but I think Jason Campbell fits that Shanahan build, kind of like Jake Plummer, throw it on the run. I think he fits that bill nicely, so if they keep him, that would be a smart move. Now, Kansas City, they've had problems on offense and defense. Where are they going to go?
They have to go tackle here on the offensive line. So you look at the next best tackle, athletic guy that's rising up the boards, Anthony Davis out of Rutgers, 6'6", 330 pounds, a guy that can play right or left tackle. So they're going to go offensive line with this pick and build the needs defensively in the second round, because they do have 2 picks in the second round.
And this guy had a shot to either go to Ohio State or Rutgers. I'm convinced if he went to Ohio State, he probably would be a top 2 pick, but he went to Rutgers, and he's under the radar over there, so he's got a lot of upside. Seattle Seahawks, 2 picks in the top 14. Pete Carroll, new era. They were banged up at every position. Hasselbeck's kind of old. He was banged up last year. Where do they go?
Well, they should go tackle because Walter Jones is old and
he's
retiring. They need a tackle, but they probably will go quarterback because Hasselbeck hasn't finished the season healthy in the last 3 years. So I'm going to give them Jimmy Clausen. I think he's a little bit more ready to play because Bradford has a shoulder, but I think Clausen is a little bit more mobile, moxie type of guy. Pete Carroll loves that about their quarterbacks. Even though they should go tackle, but I think they will go Clausen with that pick.
And the Cleveland Browns, defensive side of the ball late in the year, they were special. Offensive side struggled, but Joe Thomas and that O-line was really getting that running game going.
Well, one thing about Mike Holmgren, as you look at his history, when he drafts cornerbacks, he drafts the shorter guys that are able to play. I like Haden coming out of Florida to go to the Cleveland Browns with that pick, although the Browns do need some explosiveness at the wide receiver position and at the running back position. But is it too high to take Dez Bryant? Is it too high to take C.J. Spiller? So they have to go defense to get somebody to go out alongside Eric Wright to play cornerback. So I think Haden is a pick for the Browns.
And the Raiders with the 8th pick, you know, whoever looks sexy in that combine, they could fly under the radar and up the charts to where the Raiders are selecting. So where does Oakland go?
I think, contrary to popular belief, the Raiders will go offensive line with this pick. They need a tackle. on both sides in the worst way. So I think they go Trent Williams, guy out of Oklahoma, the next best tackle. You see them run on tackles right now because it's a premium position in NFL. The Oakland Raiders need tackles. Both guys are plagued by holding penalties, false starts, so they need to get that tackle position shored up to help whoever's going to be back there at quarterback.
And the Bills, uncertainty there. Chan Gailey, their new head coach. Terrell Owens' departure. What do you think they go?
They need offensive line as well, too, especially with the recent retirement of Brad Butler. So, but they're going to have to go quarterback. They have to get the fan base back riled up. So I think quarterback with Sam Bradford is going to be the pick. Even though they should go tackle, that offensive line is depleted. So quarterback would be the sexy pick, and they have to go quarterback. Bradford is the next best thing. That shoulder checks out perfectly. His accuracy is uncanny, so he's going to help. He has strong enough arm to cut through that Buffalo wind in the wintertime.
And now for the Broncos, who looked great first half of the season. Second half, not so great. Where do they go with the 10th pick overall?
I think the Broncos probably wanted one of those two quarterbacks, but with the problems that they have at wide receiver, now with Brandon Marshall maybe out of there, they have to go Dez Bryant, the best wide receiver in this draft. Athletic, can jump up, make plays at the highest point, and is explosive in a kickoff return and punt return game. So I think they go Dez Bryant with that pick.
He's an awesome player, one of the most explosive in the draft.